Hello and welcome. My name is Annika Wildeis and I'm a shiatsu therapist and qigong practitioner. And I would love to show you some self-care practices today to release some stress and tension from the neck and shoulders. This is just a very, very common area where we hold tension. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do some self-shiatsu today. We're going to do some pressure points. Shiatsu is applying pressure to the body, to very specific energy pathways and points on the body to release tension and to free up energy. Why do we want to free up energy? Because when energy circulates in our body freely, it creates health and well-being. When we have energy stagnation, that means there's a problem. There could be pain, right? And we feel tension. Something's not right. When we have tension in the neck and shoulders, we say, well, our energy is not managed very well because this tension and tightness in the shoulders really needs a lot of energy. And why is that? Well, to hold contraction in the muscle, we need energy for that, right? So when muscles are really tight, our body uses a lot of energy to hold this contraction in the muscle. That means this energy is then missing somewhere else because our body needs a lot of energy for all metabolic functions, for regeneration, for cell metabolism, for digestion, for all the good stuff that's going on in our body all the time. We don't really have to think about it. This is why we do want to manage our energy better. We want to release that tension because it just feels better not to have it. And we really want to have this energy that is released, and we want it to be available for the body to do what it does best, right? Okay, so I'm just going to show you a few of those energy pathways that we're going to work with. Just to give you an idea. So this is here. Oh yeah, you can see that. So this here is a little figure and it shows all these different energy pathways. And you can see that these energy pathways, they're called meridians. They go through the neck and shoulders. I'm going to show this. I hope the camera is going to pick it up. It's a little bright. But you get the idea, right? You can see these energy pathways, and there's a lot going on in the neck and shoulder area. You also see points along these pathways, and these points are very precise pressure points where acupuncturists put needles in. We're not going to put any needles in unless you want to. No, we're going to use our fingers to apply pressure. So we're going to work on this area here today, the neck and shoulders, especially the sides here and the back. And yeah, as I said, we're going to work with pressure points, self-shiatsu, and we're going to do some stretching and some other movements. Okay, so I just wanted to give you like a little overview. Okay, so let me step back. We're going to start with a few warm-ups for the spine. We're going to start working with the whole spine because neck and shoulders is not disconnected from the rest of the body. It's not. It's part of everything. Everything is connected. We don't have things being isolated, okay? Because of that, we're going to work with the whole spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand with our feet about shoulder width apart. Our knees are soft. Feet are pointing forwards. And from here, we're just going to start to slightly turn around from the waist and from the hips. Okay, and as I move my body from the hips and the waist, my arms are starting to clap around the body. My shoulders are relaxed. Upper back is relaxed. And I'm just gonna get into this movement. And I just naturally let my arms clap around the body. So as I do this, I notice that, my arms they are stimulating some points on the front of my abdomen and on the back of my spine. So the point that we are stimulating on the back of the spine is called the door of life. It is a pressure point. When this is stimulated, it gives us a burst of energy. Really, really good point. So let's just relax into this movement and stimulate the door of life for more energy. We're just going to take some breaths. And now we are going to look over the shoulder. Look over the shoulder. So now we get a little bit more of a stretch for the cervical spine. But if you get dizzy doing this, please don't do it. In that case, just fix your gaze at a certain point, just like I do right now. And that also gives you a little bit of a twist in the cervical spine, okay? All right, so either this way, or you can look over your shoulder. We want to make sure that the movement comes from the hips and the waist. Okay? We slow it down, slow it down. All right, so now we opened up the spine because the spine moves in different ways. We just did the rotations, right? And this rotation loosened up the whole spine. Now we're going to do a different movement that the spine can do. We're going to do flexion and extension. And it's going to look like this. You stand soft in your knees. Knees are slightly bent, just a little bit. You bring up your arms, breathe in. Slightly look up, open up your chest. And breathe out. Come down, round your back, bring your arms closer together. Breathe in again, arms up. Chest opens, slightly look up, and then round your back. Bring your arms together, chin down towards the chest, and open up again. So we breathe in, open up, breathe out, round the back. I'm going to show you this movement from the side. Soften your knees, slightly bend, open up. And when I open up, I look up slightly and I have a little duck tail, okay? Then when I round my back, elbows come close together, they almost touch the body, chin is tucked in, and my tailbone tucks in slightly. Open up, breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and out. So we are coordinating the breath with the movement. Okay, we're going to do a few more of those. And pay attention to how your spine moves. Pay attention to the back of your spine and the front of the spine also. So this is really, really good to invigorate the spine because everything gets moving. And we do like 2 more of those. And we breathe in and out through the nose. And relax your arms by your side. Good. Great. So these 2 first practices really bring movement into the spine. Really, really important because when we move the spine, the energy flows well. Really, really important for our health. The spine plays a very vital role. So another way the spine can move, so we did the twisting movement, we did extension, inflection. So now the spine can also move laterally this way. Okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to do an exercise called dog wagging the tail. Again, this is an exercise from Qigong. They all have quite interesting names. but it kind of describes this practice really well. So dog wagging the tail. We slightly start shifting our weight right to left. Okay? Now we start moving the hips. Yeah, so we shift the weight right, left, start moving the hips. And now we extend that movement into the rest of the spine and we're just wagging our tail. And you can feel how your spine moves right and left and left and right. Try to relax into this movement. I know this movement takes a little bit of time, might feel a little bit weird, but it is really good to really loosen up that spine. It's almost like this movement is almost like somebody's pulling you this way and then somebody's pulling you this way. As if somebody's pulling your arm like this. It's like pull, pull, pull. And we just take some breath. And we slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. All right. Good. So we invigorated our spine, did all the movements in all these different directions. Shake out your arms a little bit, shake out your feet. And we are almost good to get to the neck, but there's one thing we want to do first. We want to do one more warm-up. This exercise is just called clearing, okay? So again, we stand feet shoulder width apart, slightly bent in our knees, and we just let our arms drop. And do that again. Drop, okay? So now I'm just going to show you this really slow. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms down, bend the knees, and rotate this way. Bend the knees again. Come up. Bend the knees. Straighten the knees. Bend. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. Bend the knees. Bend and straighten. Okay? So this is the movement. This is the movement in slow motion. But we're going to do this in fast. All right? So the knees are really doing this pumping movement. And up here, we are going to release. Okay? So the movement looks like this. And you see, I let my shoulders relax. And every time I come down, my knees go down and up. So there's this pumping motion in my legs. And this feels really nice for the neck and shoulders. And it pumps some energy up the legs. So now we coordinate it with the breath. We breathe in and out. And we want to breathe out through our mouth. We breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And two more. Slowly come back to center. All right. Feels good. So I can feel my shoulders already being pretty relaxed. I feel a little bit of warmth in my body. So we warmed the body up. We activated some energy. And now it's time to work a little bit more precisely on the neck and shoulders. So I'm going to come a little closer. And I'm going to show you some good pressure points that we are going to work with. Okay? So we want to work with some points along the neck. We want to work with some points in the back of the neck and the sides of the neck. Okay, so we're going to start with the back of the neck, and we are going to grab our neck. I'm just going to show you. It's really easy to do. So you just grab the back of your neck and you squeeze and squeeze. It feels nice. And while you squeeze, just breathe. Yeah, this is really nice to release some tension in the back of the neck. Just alternating. You can do this at your own speed. If you want to do it slower, you can do it slow. Good. Let's do one more on each side. Ah, good. Okay, so next we're going to work on the sides. What we're going to do is we're going to use our fingers. Pressure is applied with these 3 fingers here. And we're going to do it simultaneously on both sides. We're going to work on 1, 2, 3 pressure points. Don't be too concerned about the right location. We're just going to get started. And when you do this, you will find those tender points. You will find them on yourself, okay? So bring your hands together, each hand on one side, and press in. Take a breath and release. Go down to the next point. Press in. And breathe. I'm going to do that again. Start with a point here. You just press as hard or as little as it feels comfortable to you. Like really adjust that to your liking, right? We don't want to have pain, but you might want to feel this good pain, like this releasing pain. That's always nice, but not any sharp pain. Press in, take a breath, release. So you can repeat this more times if you want to. We're just going to do a little bit for now, but you get the idea, okay? So we did the back of the neck, this movement, you just squeeze it nice. And then we did the side of the neck, this part here. You can apply 3 points, 4 points, just make your way from up here to down here and you'll be good, okay? And then just check in how you feel. Like I can say, like I can feel some release. It feels good. It just feels good. We just gave ourselves a little massage, okay? So now we're going to work with a point, with several points up here on the shoulder. I'm going to just show you. Here is your clavicle. We don't put pressure on the clavicle. We just go behind. So we go into the fleshy part here, okay? We go into the fleshy part of the muscle there. And we're going to do that on both sides, but we just get started on one side. So you take your fingers like this. You kind of make like a little hook. And you hook your fingers in, okay? You hook them in. And just feel around a little bit. You might feel some points already that are quite tender. And once you find a point that's good, often it's probably going to be around here, like at the top of the trapezius muscle, right there. That's a point where Many of us hold tension. Really, really good pressure point. To be avoided if you're pregnant. Don't put extensive pressure on this point when you're pregnant. It's contraindicated, okay? You are okay just massaging your shoulders a little bit, but you don't want to get intense on this point. That's all I'm saying, okay? So hook your hand in, and I think I'm gonna adjust the camera so you can see this better. So hook your hand in, your fingers in. The other hand goes underneath your elbow. This hand is not supporting your elbow. We just place it here. I always find this feels nice to place the hand here. And then you rotate. You roll your shoulders back and forth while applying pressure here to this point, or to any point, any other point that you find up there on the shoulder. And you can also switch. You can move along, find different points while you rotate the shoulder. It feels really nice. And we're going to do that on the other side as well. First, palpate a little bit, find those tender areas, and then rotate your shoulder while applying pressure with this other hand. With the fingers, I mean. Okay, good. And again, we just slow down and breathe. You will hear me saying that a lot. Just breathe. Slowing down and breathe. Okay, so again, relax the shoulders, soften the shoulders, and just notice how that feels. Feels good? Okay. So now that we worked with those pressure points, that's nice. So we already opened up some energy flow there, released some of the tension. I can feel that in my neck, like big time. I can feel some nice release there. We're going to take it further. Now we are going to move into stretches. For the sake of showing this on the screen, I'm going to do this sitting down, but you can do this standing up, of course. I'm just going to move back a little bit and show you our next practice. The next practice is called spreading the feathers, and it's aimed towards releasing the lines of tension here along the back, the neck. We have 3 lines. We have 1 line here, the middle. We have 1 line in the back, and we have 1 line in the front. And we want to release all these 3 lines with this stretching exercise. Again, it is a Qigong exercise, so it has a beautiful name, spreading the feathers. So spread your fingers apart, those are your feathers. Hands face down, so press your hands down, press your shoulders down, tuck your chin slightly in. You just want to make sure that your chin, that your head is not in the forward head posture like this. This is why I'm saying tuck your chin in a little bit, because that brings you into alignment, okay? All right, so you might already feel a stretch in this position, right? You might already feel a stretch going all the way down to your fingertips. These energy pathways, they actually go all the way to your fingertips. And we are going to open up this whole line of tension, this whole pathway. Okay, so what we're going to do is, from this position, we just lean the ear towards the shoulder. And we're not going to press, we just lean in as far as we can, as far as our body allows. And take a breath. Now we're going to start moving the head across the shoulder. So we lift up the chin a little bit and the head moves back. And then we tilt the chin towards the chest and the head moves forward across the shoulder. And we're just going to repeat. Slowly we move back and forth across the shoulder. We breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing out through the mouth allows us to let go of more tension. It's really effective. I just invite you to try it. Have the movement be slow. And you do feel the stretch in different areas now. You can feel the stretch more in the back of the neck, the side, and the front, depending where your chin is. Okay, just do it one more time. And then we're going to switch to the other side. We can just roll our chin to the midline and then roll our chin back to the other shoulder. And then again, start rolling the chin or rolling the head across the shoulder, chin up and down slowly. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice, slow, long breath. We're going to do one more. And then we roll the chin all the way to the middle of the chest. And then from there, we come straight up. This way we keep a good alignment in our cervical spine. We always want to come up this way, because then the vertebrae stack on top of one another. Good. So how does that feel? Feels good, doesn't it? You might feel quite a bit of tension there. And go slow and just go as far as it is comfortable for you. This is not about how far we stretch. This is really about how well we stretch. That's always what it's about. We want to stretch well, not far, okay? So we're going to deepen this now a little bit. We do the same thing, spreading the feathers, hands down, shoulders down, fingers spread, chin slightly tucked in, ear to the shoulders. And now we are going to do little circles with the chin. It doesn't matter which way you go. Just go one way, we will switch and go the other way in a little bit. Little circles with your chin. Ooh, that's a good stretch. This really, really, really feels good. It feels very deep. This is like giving yourself a little, deep tissue massage. It goes really nice deep into the tissue. Little circles with the chin. Go slowly. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to switch directions. Circle the other way. Come back to the center, chin down to the center of your chest, and then you can roll up to the other side. Do little circles with your chin. Really feel that stretch. You might feel that all the way into your jaw. Sometimes we feel it all the way up the jaw, and that's okay. Now circle the other way. A few more times. And then we're going to come back with our chin towards the center of the chest. And then we roll our head up slowly. Release your hands by your side. And notice how you feel. Notice how the neck and shoulder feel. I can say it feels to me like my head is just floating on top of my spine right now. It feels really good. Feels nice and loose. It feels great. All right, so you can of course do this all standing up, okay? So the next one we are going to do standing up. And this is one of our last ones that we're going to do. Yeah, I think you can see me. Okay, so this one here is called shaking. And you might find it a little bit strange at first because what we will do is literally we will shake our body. But think about it. Athletes shake their bodies out all the time. And they do that intuitively because they know that shaking the body releases tension and stress. So they do that to release a bit of anxiety and tension in the body just before a race to get themselves ready. And this is what we are going to do too. We're going to just start shaking the arms and hands, shaking the shoulders, and then we start shaking into our heels. So we're going to extend the shake into the whole body. And this shaking really aims towards releasing and letting go of that little bit of tension that might still be left. Not just the neck and shoulders, but also the other parts of the body. Shake into your low back. Shake into your mid back. Shake into your neck and shoulders. Shake into your occiput. This is where your skull meets the spine. Shake into any area that still holds a little tension. We're going to start taking nice deep breath in through the nose, and we're going to breathe out through the mouth. Have the intention to just soften every part of the body and just shake out everything that you don't want to hold on and just release it with a sigh. So we're just going to do this for a little bit longer. And then when I say stop, we're just going to stop the movement and we just stand still, okay? So when I say stop, we're just going to stand still. And stop. Notice what you feel in your body. What do you feel in your arms? What do you feel in your hands? Do you feel a little bit of a buzzing? A little bit of a vibration, a little bit of a tingling in your body? Just notice that for a moment. Often we feel this tingling and vibration first in our arms and in our hands, but also other parts of the body. And what you're feeling is what is described in Asian culture as chi or ki, how they say in Japan. This is our life force energy. This kind of gives you a little bit of an idea about the energy that we often talk about in shiatsu and acupuncture, acupressure, qigong. The chi, the life force energy. It's always there, but we don't really pay attention to it. When we do exercises like this, that get our chi moving, we feel it. We start feeling this vibration and pulsing and tingling. So a Qigong practice would not be complete without a few flowing movements. And for today we are going to do one movement that is called pulling down the heavens. We bring our arms up, breathe in, and bring your arms down through the center of your body. Arms up, breathe in, and down. Breathe in, arms up, float them up, and bring them down and feel some nice relaxation wash over you. Float your arms up. Exhale, float your arms down. Breathe in, float your arms up and down. Be open to the energies that you need today for your day. Gather them and bring them in. Open up. Bring that energy in, whatever it might be that you need for your day. Let some relaxation wash through you. Be open and receptive. Let the relaxation wash through you. And one more time. And then just place your hands by your side. And again, I invite you to just notice how you feel. You might feel quite different than before you started this practice. Qigong is a practice that relaxes us, but at the same time gives us energy. So it's this relaxed yet alert state that we get into. My body feels fairly relaxed, open, spacious, pretty good. And I feel energized, but it's a very calm energy. My mind feels quite clear, focused, and emotionally right now I'm just feeling really good. I'm feeling quite balanced and quite positive. So this practice of Qigong works not just on the body, but also the mind and emotions. When the body is relaxed and we feel energized, the mind is calm, the emotions are balanced. And that's what we're all seeking. Either way, I thank you so much for practicing this with me today. I hope it was helpful. And just know that you can do all of these practices just as a single practice. It is nice to do it all in combination like we just did, right, in this flow. But if you sit at your desk and you just feel like, oh, maybe you just want to do a few of those massages for the neck, of course you can just do that, right? If you sit at your desk and you feel like, oh, let's do a few of those stretches, right? You can, of course, do those when you just sit down. A little bit is really good if you do it consistently, right? It's nice to have a practice like this where you do everything like in one flow because everything builds nicely on one another. But if you want to just spread it out, do a little bit here and a little bit there, you will get really good results as well. Okay? So again, thank you so much for practicing with me. Take this relaxation with you into the rest of your day. And yeah, see you soon. Bye for now.